One of the ladies had a child with her, a little boy who was 3 years old, and he broke away from his mother and ran out into the hall, started up the stairway. And by the time she caught up with him, he was already coming back down. He said, "I don't want to go up the stairs, there's a ghost up there."
It would be like someone broke the bottle, and it would go on all day, and I was picking things up on my desk, trying to find out where it was coming from.
I was concentrating on shelving books. I had longer hair then, and I was wearing long, dangly beaded earrings, and I felt someone come up and pull my hair back. And I thought, oh, they're looking at my pretty new earrings, and so I turned to see who it was, and there wasn't anybody there.
They call her the Lady in Gray, and for more than 60 years now, she's been haunting Evansville, Indiana's Willard Library. The first sighting was in 1937, when a night janitor was in the basement firing up the furnace.
One night he went through into the unlocked portion to stoke the furnace at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and he dropped his flashlight, raised up after he dropped the flashlight, and he saw this form in gray veil, long gray dress, and it just melted away before his eyes.
Also, the ghost has often been sensed in the children's reading room. Librarian Ann Wells remembers her first encounter with the Lady in Gray on Halloween Day in 1990.
I noticed a fragrance, a strong, smoky fragrance, something like incense. And when I would step 2 steps away, it would be completely gone. And then I'd come back to that area and it'd be very strong. And it didn't dissipate slowly, like an aroma does that lingers. This was like turning a light on or off.
Over the decades, the hauntings at the Willard Library continued. Sometimes she was seen. Other times, objects moved without explanation. But no one in Evansville worried.
She is a gentle, benevolent, and protective spirit. No one has ever been frightened by her.
Okay.
Today, a new technology will enter the halls of Willard Library. Paranormal investigators hope to prove haunted locations like the Willard Library have a unique electromagnetic signature, a signature that haunted locations everywhere may share.
Okay, are they all hooked up?
Paranormal investigator Tim Harte heads the team working with an experimental technology called MESA.
The purpose of MESA is to look at electromagnetic fields, the whole electromagnetic spectrum, and see if there are differences from haunted places to non-haunted places.
MESA stands for Multi-Energy Sensor Array. Using 8 different sensors, it measures light from infrared to ultraviolet. It measures vibrations and electromagnetic fields, and static electromagnetic fields. At the Willard Library, Tim and his team plan to target 2 areas where the Lady in Gray has been seen most often. The first is the children's reading room, and the second is the basement hallway near where the furnace used to stand.
I would say the one hypothesis I do have is that at haunted places, there are rapid, sometimes wild fluctuations.
For the next 30 minutes, Tim and his team lay the cables and sensors for MESA so that they cover the basement and children's reading room. They also install a video camera to simultaneously record the activity. Once everything's in place, it's a waiting game.
Number 1 is the
infrared.
It's infrared, visible. We started sampling, and we're getting 40 samples a second almost, and looks pretty good.
I'd say 7 milligauss.
7 milligauss
on
channel.
Tri-field.
Is it channel 4?
Yes.
Okay.
60 minutes later, MESA has recorded its data. Tim and crew prepare to print the charts.
Sensor type for channel 1. Which was that?
IR.
That was infrared?
Infrared.
Okay. Okay. What was the pull up for channel 1? The IR sensor for basement?
Basement hall or storage pit?
Basement.
Basement hall.
Basement hall?
Yeah.
They're both on 100.
Okay, so I want 100K. And
The first few reports are unexceptional.
Okay.
There is some changes, but I wouldn't say they're real drastic. That's kind of normal.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at
See that
that one.
first one?
Then, on the north-south electromagnetic sensor, they get some extraordinary data.
Then this one, which looks very interesting to me.
Whoa.
A lot different. Now,
That one's...
That's really super
Yeah,
interesting.
it's, let's see.
Because that, there's...
It goes to
the
like
things-
-4 or -3 up
Yeah.
to
And that would have taken
It goes
place.
from 4 and then down to -3.
-3. That one's kind of interesting.
The earmark of something that's a legitimate fluctuation in the magnetic field is when it's both sides of the axis, when it's not drifting one
When
way
it
or
goes
the
up
other.
and then
that's-
down negative as well.
That's what we're seeing here, and
So-
that occurred at 0.1 hour, which is about 6 or 7 minutes.
That's where
So
we
we
get the most
probably wanna-
interesting results.
The team has found unusual electromagnetic fluctuations in the children's reading room.
That's a pretty big fluctuation.
significant because
Yeah. People could probably still sense a jump like that in an Earth field, and they may interpret that, differently. I mean, everybody's different, but they may, sense something. Could be the sense presence we've talked about, or maybe an apparition, or a touch on the shoulder, or something like that.
The team finds even greater fluctuations in the basement, near where the old furnace used to be.
Whoa.
Wow, that's even a bigger deal than the first one.
It's the same exact orientation that we got on the other one,
Yeah.
with a big fluctuation.
Yeah.
Tim and his team have shown a genuine connection between physical phenomena and ghostly phenomena. The lady in gray can actually be correlated to physical data. With the evidence from the Willard Library, Mesa may be well on its way to defining a measurable signature for ghostly phenomena anywhere in the world. And the staff of the library may have proof of a ghost many of them knew was real.
I feel like I'm the visitor. This is her space, and she is allowing me to work here, and somehow I think she approves of my work. We work very hard to make children love reading, and she approves of that. She allows us to do that. This is her spot. We're visiting.
I don't mind her being here, as long as she doesn't scare me, and she never has. We like the legend, we like having her here.
Are ghosts truly the spirits of people who once had corporal form? Are they projections of what's already in our mind? Are they trying to communicate with us? Or are they just the stuff of fantasy? The answer is still unknown. It's clear, though, that each year our fascination increases and our ghost hunting tools improve. And someday, our age may just be considered the very dawn of ghost hunting.
It would be naive for us to think that this short space of time that we live on Earth is our total existence. There must be something beyond this time.
It's natural. And that's the one thing I want to prove, that it's not supernatural, it's just part of our world.
It draws a great mystery. It's learning something you have a curiosity about, and people have a curiosity about the unknown. We also fear the unknown. And so what we fear, we want to know about. It's how science has continually progressed. It's a mystery to be solved.